All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our live today. So today we're going to be talking about how to start your twin flame. How to start your twin flame journey the right way. And so I'm here with other certified and master certified ascension coaches, Lisi, Christine, and Paco and Deb. And we're gonna get started.
Great. So I'm Lisi. I'm going to read a quote from the book Twin Flames, Finding Your Ultimate Lover, which is here. So if you don't have this book, you're going to want to get this book. It is a treasure and it is priceless. I have read my book multiple times. That's the book that I've read multiple times, and I got a new one that I use now. It's a treasure to me because it gives you all your next steps with your twin flame. But here's a really juicy quote from Jeff and Shalia. Jeff will tell you later in this book how challenging it is to have your twin flame in your life experience, even while working the process. It is life-altering in ways that cannot be described. You will, without a doubt, change in ways you could not fathom before, and in time periods you would never expect. Your growth is automatically set to maximum when you invite your twin flame into your life experience and attain harmonious twin flame union. Source invites you to invite this energy of your perfect divine complement into your life with a careful understanding of what you are inviting. What you invite is powerful. What you invite is breathtaking. What you invite can and will reshape everything you know to be as you into something even more profound and wonderful, who you are in divine truth. But this experience can be challenging, beyond which many souls don't care to bother with on earth. Take the next step on your twin flame journey with an understanding of what you invite. You invite all of you. If you choose and are prepared for a soul awakening experience of total bliss, harmony, and divine love, preceded by a life-changing experience of breakthroughs and releasing your old way of being, then you are prepared to invite your twin flame into your life and embark the ascension path of harmonious twin flame union. So I really wanted to, we selected that quote because it really emphasizes that a lot of people kind of look at their twin flame as like, I just want to get my partner back. But it's a reminder of how big and powerful the journey is, how important it is, and that it's challenging. It's ascension. It's not just get your boyfriend or girlfriend to be with you. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think when you're first starting out on the journey, it's hard to grasp what it is that you're calling in. And that's where it's really, really important to not try to work it out on your own, but to seek support, right? Because there is a path towards coming back into harmonious union, which is your natural state. There is a path towards that, which is set for you already by the teachings of union. And it's something that if you already knew how to do that, then you would be there already. But it's not worth trying to figure it out on your own. It's safe to get that support. It's safe to find that structure.
Amen. When I was listening to you, Christine, I was remembering what it was my start. And what it made a huge difference was actually understanding what the journey was truly about. Because of course, what fueled me all these years before finding the teaching was, I just want to be with my life partner. I want to be with that person that can love me unconditionally and I can love unconditionally. We can help each other grow. And it wasn't until I kind of like stumbled upon the term twin flames, was like I still had a little bit of that belief that it's just like about a romantic relationship. And when I started like dipping my toes and getting to read like the information, I started like, oh, okay, this is a little bit more of what I thought it was gonna be. And like Lizzie, the quote that Lizzie was reading, like it is truly inviting everything that you are. And knowing that, it means that you're gonna also be inviting things that maybe didn't really feel very good, or you've been kind of like sweeping under the rug for quite some time. And of course, like your twin flame is not gonna let you get away with murder. So that's why like the topic of this live is how to start your twin flame journey like on the right way. It's by knowing what this truly is about, being totally honest. Is this what I really want? Is this what I signed up for? Or okay, that's not really for me. That's fine. Like Lizzie was sharing in the quote, not a lot of people are really concerned with this level of like deep transformation and deep levels of love, of course. And that's fine. But if you truly are like super honest about your journey, then like Twin Flame Ascension School, this body of work, it's the way to do it. It's the way to go about it. It really lays the whole foundation for you to just take each step and grow closer like to your union and to yourself too. Like this is about being in harmony with yourself first. So
that's exactly what I was looking for my whole life. I wanted exactly that. I didn't want it just my lover. I wanted everything. And the moment I understood what it's really about, and I had Twin Flame Ascension School, I was like, finally, I was so happy. Finally, all these feelings I had all my life inside of me were so confusing the whole time, and I desired God, and I also wanted I desired to be closer to God, and I also desired my true love, and now everything makes sense. And I also were into spirituality, and everything made sense with Twin Flame Ascension School class. It was just so
like you can have both. You can have your relationship with the divine or God, and you can have your perfect partner or lover, and they don't exclude each other.
That was perfect for me. It's just perfect when you decide.
I want to just briefly share, shout out to those of you who just joined the live. Shout out to Sonia Perez, Ariel, and Christina. So welcome. We're glad you're here. If you want to leave a comment, drop a line, say hi under this video. And if you're watching on YouTube, definitely comment and we will respond to comments. But I also wanted to share that if you're watching this video and you're like, oh, shoot, I've already started my twin flame journey, this isn't for me, it is, because you can start again. You can have a fresh start every day, anytime you want to. You let go of the past and you restart. So that's the beauty of this work and of God, is that there are multiple opportunities for you to start again. So definitely stay here, even if you know you've started your journey already.
This is so true, because a lot of people have actually come from other twin flame communities where the teachings are a bit weird, I'll admit. And like I've noticed in other twin flame communities, they make the twin flame journey sound so difficult and impossible. Like, yeah, you might be with your twin flame, maybe one day, maybe divine timing. We've all heard that, right? And if you are with your twin flame, it's going to be super difficult and challenging. And yeah, I mean, there are some challenges, sure. Like with every relationship, if we're being honest, it's not like you can skip over those, even if you are with a soulmate, but it's not nearly as hard or impossible as some people make it sound. And I've noticed that ever since I got really serious about my twin flame journey and making it about myself and God first, instead of chasing my twin flame, it's become so much easier. And it's been effortless to attract my divine masculine because I was focused on myself first.
Yeah, I want to share a little bit about like why why it's really important to receive support, and why it's really important to make that choice to go all in on your twin flame journey. Because so your twin flame is your divine lover, is your divine partner, right? You were created as one. And so yeah, it's your divine partner, and your divine partner like recognizes your divine self. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to be like perfectly enlightened to attract your twin flame, but it does mean that you, by choosing to move forward on the journey, what you are agreeing to is to like manifest your divine life, right? Like you can't have your divine partner while like living, a life that's way out of alignment with like who you really are at the core. And so it's not just a journey about like getting a boyfriend or, finding your person. It's a journey about like transforming your life into alignment with who you really are. And so, that's going to bring up some deep stuff within you, right? Because, if you didn't have blocks to that, you would already be living like that. And so there's deep blocks to work through that, that can be challenging. And this is where people get stuck, right? And if you're only focused on getting a partner, all these other things associated with the journey are going to feel very discouraging, or these things that come up. And that's where it's really, really important to like equip yourself with the right tools right from the start, so that you understand what you're like, what you've called in, and it's something beautiful. And then you understand how to work through those challenges too.
So what are those right tools?
Yeah. Oh, you can go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, obviously there's the mirror exercise, which is, it's spread throughout the teachings of union. It's based on the premise that your inner reality, or excuse me, your outer reality is a reflection of your inner reality. And then there's the teachings of union, which is, encompassed in the body of work from Twin Flames Universe, taught by Jeff and Shalia. And like, especially Twin Flame Ascension School. And so, that's really, it's the vibrational shift that you're looking for to go from separation consciousness to union consciousness. And it's kind of like the teachings that really support that new way of thinking and relating.
Yeah, like, man, when I first came, I was just trying to get back with my man. I kind of heard about twin flames. But I actually came after I tried a whole lot of other things that didn't work. And I was just beside myself with grief, with, feeling like I was going crazy, feeling like I was all alone and not knowing how to heal. And just, I knew in my heart when I came to Twin Flame Ascension School that I required support. Like I was beyond, just trying to do it on my own. I was kind of like on my knees, metaphorically speaking. And I remember, I don't know if anybody, have you guys all watched The Chosen? It's a Christian show. It's not a documentary. It's a show based on the Bible. And there's a scene where Jesus goes and he tells his hometown, he's preaching and he says, I can't help you if you don't know that you're sick. Like, I can't help you if you don't know you need help, essentially, is what he was saying. And knowing that you need support, knowing that you require support, knowing that you can't do it on your own, having a high willingness to learn and a high willingness to change is so important, because otherwise you're going to sit there and you're going to spin like a hamster in a wheel around and around watching tarot readings or waiting for God to, bring about the divine timing, and you'll see that you'll cycle and nothing changes. And I love this quote. It's a quote I learned along the way. It's very, very simple. nothing changes if nothing changes. So making the choice to change is really important, and making the choice to receive support and invest in what works. And Christine talked about people coming in and having explored other communities before coming here. Well, there's a reason that you're here. It's because you're not getting what you need from wherever you've been. Not trying to, compare like that, but these teachings work. So we're glad you're here.
Yeah,
So true.
I was,
Oh,
yeah, like riffing off of what Lizzie just said. Like, if you already found like a solution, you would stay where you were. Like it's simple as that. But if you're still looking, it can be though like one or two things. You either haven't found what you were looking for yet, or you are deluding yourself that you haven't found it, and you're making excuses as to why this is not gonna work for you. And that kind of like speaks also to this difficult energy that Christine was pointing out at the beginning. And I'm gonna say something a little out there, and I'm not saying that this is in every single community out there, but there might be in some of them. And some people may insist that the journey it's this difficult, impossible, unsurmountable thing, but only because in that way they kind of like keep you around. Oh, if this is an unsurmountable, then you're gonna need them a lot, as opposed to a teaching who actually liberates you, because that's what I found here. That's basically, this is the tool. You can use it as many times as you want. And like, I really grilled Jeff and Shelia with the mirror exercise at the very beginning, like really grilled them, and it still worked.
The coolest thing that happened to me when I bought into the Ascension School class, I had more money. I kind of was on my knees like Lizzie. I needed to work part-time because I was emotionally so exhausted. And then I found a way to invest in Twin Flame Ascension School class. And after 2-3 months, I felt so energetically again that I was able to work full-time again. So I had more money.
So you felt like more fulfilled energetically speaking. Oh, okay. So yeah, like
I had more money than investing into the teachings. I then had more money.
Yeah.
Than ever before, because I was also learning to stop leaking my energy all over the place. And so, like we already said, starting it the right way is realizing it's about you, and there is all areas of you.
Yeah.
Because your twin loves you unconditionally and don't want to you being in misery in any area of your life. If it's your health, or is it your finances, or
no, that's true.
Your self-love.
Like, of course, they are gonna like love you unconditionally when they see that you're choosing to work through these aspects and like improve them. They are not like, oh, don't come to me unless you're like making $1 million every month and your hair looks pretty and you're like, no. But they are not gonna. Oh God, are you fucking kidding? Yeah, I'm not gonna get into that. But like they are gonna like push you in a good sense to get out of that place. And of course, like the idea is to do it with the teachings and the support system that we have here, so that you can actually heal it at the core of your being, and what you heal actually stays with you. So it's not like you have to go, you will be peeling layers, but doesn't mean that you are not healing. And I this is kind of like something that I tend to share with some of my clients in our group coaching in Spanish. It's like sometimes we are kind of like way too focused on like moving ourselves out of the shit paddle, that we don't see how near we are at the ship from the shore. And so it looks like, oh, this journey is like super painful, and it doesn't feel good, but you're actually missing the right perspective, which is you're actually getting yourself out of hell. Whether it's financial hell, working hell, relationship hell, romance hell, you really can transform that. And like it's important to start with the right food, because it saves you like time and money and energy, which is kind of like very precious resources that you have at hand. Like you can really leverage those very wisely.
So I wanted to share another quote from the book, Twin Flames Finding Your Ultimate Lover. And then also invite anybody to ask a question. It's a really great opportunity for you to get support. Ask a question in the comments. So here is the quote. What is harmonious twin flame union and how to achieve it permanently? Harmonious union is soul union. It is the permanent marriage of two into one. This is when at your core, you and your twin flame live one life together. Can harmonious union be undone? Not exactly, but if you haven't truly learned the lessons of your twin flame journey, you will have to revisit them. We have had many students come into harmonious union with their true twin flames, only to leave immediately after or even months later because they had not fully learned the lessons of their twin flame journey. Beneath it all, twin flames are an ascension path to God. Yes, they are your ultimate lover, but only when you truly understand who your ultimate lover is to you will you finally be able to not only just achieve, but keep your harmonious twin flame union permanently. And I wanted to speak to this because there are, some teachings there that may be perhaps able to guide you to something similar to harmonious twin flame union, or just union, right? Like guide you to union. And Jeff and Shalia say in their book that at the time of the writing, it was, after 2012 and the spiritual wave came through humanity, it's relatively easy to meet your twin flame and maybe even attain union, or, boyfriend and girlfriend or committed relationship with them. But being in harmony is different, and it's a spiritual achievement. And being with your twin flame not in harmony feels GD awful. It's not fun because when you're not in harmony, you're sounding like an untuned guitar. And there's like a bird that's like flapping like this instead of like this. And I just want to speak to like that quote in my own life, where when I first came, I was a bit of a mess. And I'm not trying to criticize myself, and I'm just communicating that I was very upset a lot, couldn't sleep. Like Paco was saying, I couldn't work very well. And I just wanted to get my twin flame. It was almost like I had an addiction. Maybe I did. Maybe not almost, but maybe it was like codependency, right? And so I wanted to fast track my union, and Twin Flame Ascension School is how you fast track your union. It is. It's the way to attain it here in this lifetime. But what I didn't know, and you're innocent, don't worry if you didn't see what you didn't see, was that there were things that I still needed to heal that didn't come up until after Josh and I had got together. And I didn't see them beforehand, but I just kept walking the path. It's okay, right? So my path, looks like this. It's not like a straight line. Other people's paths look different. Your path looks different for other people's. That's okay. But you keep hindsight's 2020, right? If I had known that these blocks were there, if I could have seen them, I think it was, if people were trying to tell me what they were, I don't think I had the ears to hear at the time. But God continued to work in me, and I continued to walk the path that Jeff and Shalia laid out. And now Josh and I are living together in peace, and it's wonderful. And it's because I finally did address those issues. So just like what our topic is, how to start your twin flame journey the right way. I had many times when I felt like I was starting over. You don't really start over. You maybe, let go of the past and have a fresh beginning. But you don't lose the progress that you made. Like you don't let it go, and you are healing, the hell of your unconsciousness. So really be compassionate with yourself. And it's a lot of other students that you'll see in Twin Flame Ascension School approached it maybe in not the same way I did, which was, at all costs, like gung ho, get into union. They approached it in a different way, and their harmonious unions unfolded in a much more peaceful, grounded way. And not to be critical of myself, but I do have an example in my own life of how I made things a little harder for myself, and how I made things maybe a little longer for myself. If I had just sat down and done the inner work sooner. I mean, I was doing inner work, but if I had just like focused on God, I think that's what it would be. Focused on union with God. Perhaps my journey wouldn't have been so rocky, but hey, you know what? I got there, or, I got into union as I did. And Josh and I are still going towards harmonious union, but it feels much more grounded now that I have like my focus in the right place. So I just wanted to share that. And if, you guys want to ask any questions of any of us about our journeys, about where you're at in your journey, please drop a comment.
Yeah, I'm going to
Sharing
share.
that. And yeah, I feel like this is why it's so important that we all have a good foundation of inner work, because this journey, a lot of things can come up that are challenging. And of course, it unfolds in a perfect way for each and every one of us. God doesn't make any mistakes. And he's going to reveal to you what you need to heal when you are ready to heal it. But having this support, and like the book, TFAS, they help you do your inner work in a much deeper way and in the correct way, essentially, so that you know that you're being thorough and really healing the root of it, instead of going around in circles, or maybe just healing a little bit but not going deeper. So these are the things that help you get results much faster, instead of just not having any support and maybe doing the mirror exercise once every month.
Yeah, so I wanted to also share that if you're really starting out, and you're starting from scratch, or you're wanting a new start, starting with the book Twin Flames Finding Your Ultimate Lover is a great start. It's going to summarize the twin flame journey for you, like the dynamic between twin flames. And it's a great place to learn the mirror exercise, which, it has it in chapter 5 with examples and how to do it. And practicing the mirror exercise is a really important part of, working through the blocks in your reality. It's pretty much essential. And beginning to get acquainted with how that works is super important. And there's also a free introductory course that Jeff and Shalia have created that you can get on twinflamesuniverse.com. And the great thing about that is that, down the line on that introductory course, you can, get access to the free Twin Flame Ascension School classes and the free Life Purpose classes. All of the courses have one or several free, modules on there for you to watch. And it's a great way to get acquainted with what the journey is like, what the work is like, what the vibration of the course materials are like. And yeah, like you can take everything step by step. And it's the kind of thing where you don't have to you don't have to run, right? Like Lisi said, like you can, and if you do, that's fine. And you can go at your own pace, right? There's no mistakes, right? Because when whatever you manifest is something that was like kind of essential for you to learn a lesson. So you don't need to worry about like doing it perfectly, or like getting it right, or like setting yourself back. Like that's all kind of an illusion. because ultimately these things had to come out somehow. So it's safe to relax into the pace of your journey and just go for it.
I love what you said right now, because this is exactly how I experienced it. At the beginning, I wanted to run. I wanted to burst through my upsets, and I learned to have compassion for myself. I didn't knew that I don't know that I don't have compassion for myself. And it feels so much better with every Twin Flame Ascension School class I watch. I kind of go deeper in having compassion for myself. And in truth, I'm faster now. Before I had the illusion of coming faster, closer to my twin flame.
Tell me again how much it worked when you were like pushing it.
Pushing kind of doesn't function at all. And
I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. Get the fuck away from me. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna be here and just gonna leave you your space. Okay, can we talk?
And I knew now I'm pushing too much, and she will mirror me that immediately, because I had experiences with a false twin flame, and I was able to heal through all these experiences with Twin Flame Ascension School class and the mirror exercise and my ascension coach. And so I knew now I have to give my twin flame space so that we can come together from a place of peace.
Yeah.
So wait, Paco, your false twin flame story was important. Is this
exactly, Lisi? It was important because it prepared me perfectly for my true twin flame.
Yeah, it actually it helped both. Like I also had like a false twin flame, not as many as him. It was not that much fun for me. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, like it absolutely prepared me for the inner work that is gonna be required when I finally like was face to face with my twin flame, because it actually, we didn't have to be like physically in the same space to trigger the AF of like, each other. It was enough for me to reveal him as my twin flame that it already started. And like I always remember, like back at the time we were in 2 different coaching classes with Chef back then, and the classes with him, TIFAs, the community, our coaches were, okay, guys, we are here to cover you. Christina can attest to that. He was coaching Paco back at the time, and he's came back to coaching us as a union. And everyone was holding space for us to move through that, especially me, because he was like a puppy. I got my twin flame. Finally, I know who she is. Oh, no more false twin flames. And I was like, what the fuck? I think a gigantic like truck just went like past me, and I was like, okay, I need a little like processing. So even if you're like moving through a false twin flame experience, this is also very helpful. It's gonna like train you in that muscle of doing the inner work. So when you're with your twin flame, you don't kind of like run in opposite directions, which tends to happen quite often actually when we reveal our twin flames. Because of course, like Christina was saying at the beginning, they are a perfect mirror. They are gonna be showing us both the things that we've cultivated and we like about ourselves, and the things that we are still not very at peace with. And it does require like support. Like people, like not even like what 20 years ago, people were going to psychologists because they didn't know what to do anymore, like with their depression or whatever they were feeling. Well, what we have here is the equivalent for the spiritual one, like the spiritual journey that you're taking on. So like do really take into account going in some way to support yourself. Like it's really worth it. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all the help and the support that we received through the body of work and the community.
Yeah. And I think that, there's a lot of stuff out there that promises that you're going to get, you're going to get a sign from your twin flame in like a day, or you're going to get back with your twin flame in 90 days, or all kinds of weird,
Your divine
like,
masculine is gonna come tomorrow.
yeah,
It's gonna come home tomorrow.
all kinds of gimmicks and stuff, right? That like tell you like, strategies to try to get with your twin flame and things like that. And, that's not really it. That's not really how it works. You might get a little shallow result from that, maybe. You might be able to play a game and get their attention. But if you actually want to cultivate your harmonious union, and you actually want to, develop like an unshakable foundation for your life together, that does take time and effort, naturally. Right? That is something that like, that's not cheap, and it doesn't come cheap. It's something that you do have to, put effort towards, and you do have to work towards, and change, and like, choose to be teachable in those places. And so, if you're looking for something shallow and quick, then there's a plethora of options to fulfill that. But if you're looking for the real thing, this is the way to go, right? Like, this is the path to take. And, when you think about it, if you think about the like massive shift that's required, or that ends up happening as you do the inner work, when you think about the big changes in people's lives that people experience, and to experience that in a few years at most, like, that is radical change. That is huge. And I understand, because I don't think I could have wrapped my head around that when I first started. Like, I didn't have a frame of reference for it, right? But it is, it is a big change, and it does happen quickly. And so, yeah, it's not 90 days, but it's, something sustainable that happens over time, right? And over quite a short amount of time when you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, try doing the mirror exercise every day for 90 days. I guarantee there's gonna be huge results.
Yeah.
Maybe not like super, super huge, but it's gonna do something.
You could have huge results. It depends also on where you're at, what your level of like resistance to change is. You gotta honor your own pace. But what I mean is, there's tons of gimmicks out there, promising like this quick result that like gets you that high, right? But in the end, if you even get like a little shallow result, it's going to be like, a flash in the pan, as opposed to like the real thing, right?
Exactly. And it's like, okay, yeah, you manifested a text from your twin flame, but so what in the grand scheme of things? Because if you haven't figured out what the underlying cause is of separation between you, you're going to keep coming back to the same thing. Like, whether that's going no contact, blocking and unblocking each other, there's not going to be this harmony, and it's not really going to move you forward in your relationship. So yeah, it's really shallow, and ultimately it's just wasting your time.
That's very interesting, because like I remember I had this at the very beginning too. Like, I'm not gonna kid anyone. And like, of course, when you're moving through this phase where you are like blocked from each other, or you have absolutely no communication, and you started practicing the tools, and you get some breakthrough and a result, of course, like that's like we are all standing in ovation and just clapping. But it is interesting what both Christina and Christine were pointing out, because yeah, okay, you got this breakthrough, you got the message, but I feel like that it's important to know, like, do you want just to live hanging on the verge of whether you get like a message or not, or you would actually like to create a life together, which is the whole, like the whole point of this sort of, so to speak, pursuit. Like, I don't know if I could have gotten like 3, 4, 5 years, 20 years of, oh, I just got a message. Okay. is your relationship like moving forward in any way? Are you guys like talking about building a life together or family, or like where are you at with this? Because you are investing like time and energy in the relationship, even if it's in a very different way that you are like used to. We don't build the union with our twin flame, or harmonious union with our twin flame from the outside in. We build it from the inside out. So the process looks a little different. You're still investing, like we say, inner work, because there's work required, like Christina was saying. And when she was speaking about this, I saw this like image, like if you really want something, let's say that, I don't know, you're a bodybuilder, or you would like to become a chef, like you're probably gonna be wanting to invest in the things that will get you there. You will go to the gym, put your hours practice. You probably be ending up paying a trainer or a coach, someone who can kind of like support you in the process, making sure that you don't give up when it gets really hard, or when you want to become a chef. You're gonna take the classes. You're gonna go there. You're gonna buy yourself like the good knives and the pans, and you're gonna like start practicing. And at the beginning, you're gonna cut a finger or two. Maybe you get burned a little, but you will get better at it. And this is exactly the same. And there's absolutely no like romantic guru out there who understands how the dynamic works. So why not try what you have found here if we are already kind of like having results over almost a decade now?
Well, yeah, so I feel like, we've kind of wrapped up this topic. I feel complete here, unless somebody feels like they have something else they'd like to add, or.
Yeah, I love how
Mhm.
Deborah is being like humble about it. Like, we're kind of having results here. Meanwhile, you scroll down the open forum and you see all these success stories of people like, oh my God, my twin flame and I just came into union after being in separation for 10 years, or things like that. It always makes my day to see those.
Yeah. I mean, it's because, this work works. Like the classes that Jeff and Shalia teach, it's eternal teaching, it's, you have to be humble enough to receive it and understand that you're, always going to be going deeper and always going to be expanding in it. But it's because like this stands alone, you know what I mean? Like it's an eternal teaching that like it will prove itself time and time again. There's nothing quite like it. And so it's really, if you're starting out on your twin flame journey, or you're ready for, your new beginning on your twin flame journey, this is the way to go. Like this is the way that's going to save you so much time and effort, because there's so much stuff out there that like will get you lost in the weeds. If you're actually ready for like a real result, this is the way to go. This is the way to save time and money and effort.
Amen. It's an investment that pays manifold for
Yeah.
your divine eternal life.
Yeah, well, thank you everybody for joining us on this live, and we'll catch you in the next one. So, all right, have a great weekend, everybody.
Bye-bye.